What up, everybody? This is the HNIC once again, the head Dominican in charge. And I just got done watching Dragon Ball GT episode 31 through 35. And I gotta say that the action is finally here. The action that's kind of been, anticipated and has been building up for a minute. So I'm going to give a quick rundown. Let's get started. So in the previous videos I did, Goku was dropped in this dimension and he had to play this game of life and death with Seguro or whatever the guy's name is. I forget. It's not important because that wasn't even his real form. This was his real form along with his son. It turns out that they are space ferrets, shape-shifting space ferrets who've crashed in this dimension and just couldn't get out. And the best way for them to stay alive was to continuously play this game of life and death. But once outed that they were cheating, the beings that kept that game space active decided to destroy it. And instead of helping Goku escape the space, they were going to destroy Goku and the space ferrets. But Goku was able to fly and reach a door that led out of that space and then get saved by the Supreme Kai fused with Kabito. We get reintroduced to Kabito Kai. Now, Kabito Kai is a fusion back in Dragon Ball Z with Kabito and Supreme Kai. And then we also get a reunited with Elder Kai, who was a Kai who got tricked into fusing with a witch. Both the Elder Kai, he lets Goku know that if he goes back to Planet Tuffle, it's not going to be good for him. There's no way he can win. He needs to have his latent abilities awakened. So, what are those abilities? What does he has in store? I will share that with you after I like to show y'all what happens while this is happening. We have Pan on the planet of Tuffle talking to her grandfather Hercule about giving the Tuffles laxatives to free the humans of the Tuffle eggs that are inside of them. She takes off to the sky, throws down those laxatives, and to Hercule's surprise, they are working. Unfortunately, she does get interrupted by her parents, who were taken over by Baby, and Baby commands Videl and Gohan to kill her. So she is getting ready to die, and there was nothing that her grandfather can do to save her. Back on the world of the Kais, they discuss the plan to grow Goku's tail back, and this is how they do it. Those pair of pliers is one of the space ferrets, and they tie Goku to a rock. They pull on his tail, so that way the power that is laying dormant inside of Goku can be unleashed. Now, the training originally involved Goku grinding coffee beans, and it got to the point he was grinding the coffee beans where he mentions that his tailbone was itching, and Elder Kai gives off this look like his plan was working. Back on the planet Tuffle, Oob comes into the picture, and he saves Pan in the nick of time. And I was thinking to myself, yes, this is what we need. We need Oob to come through and save the day, because Goku was getting distracted trying to worry about Pan about to get killed by her parents. So Oob stepping in at the right time helps Goku to be able to focus on his training. So Oob steps on the scene. Baby is kind of like bothered that another person has escaped his infestation plan. They duke it out, and it seems like they're evenly matched, right? Oob lets Baby know that he's been trained by Goku and he's gonna be able to stop him. Baby lets him know, hey, I killed your teacher. You think I won't be able to kill the student? So the fight ensues, and there's a beam struggle that happens. Unfortunately, Oob loses the beam struggle. Now, he gets out of the way in time, but it hits him. But at the height of where the beam struggle took place, he does fall, he does injure himself. So there's nothing that he can do. Baby goes ahead and lets off another one of those revenge death balls. This move, it seems like he's just going to be spamming. This is his ultimate move. He wants to end any opposition to his plans right then and there. But while all of this is happening, Boo is watching in the background. He takes Pan and Hercule to safety, and he runs back to the fight and sucks up the revenge death ball. Now, I've said before that the revenge death ball, it looks like the reverse of the spirit bomb, right? It's the life energy that is weaponized onto the person who is being used against. So in this case, this is negative life energy getting ready to come down on Oob. Boo intercepts this, he sucks it in, and he takes the force of the revenge death ball. But remember, Boo works in the same way as Baby, and vice versa. If you do not destroy every single cell of Boo, he can regenerate. So what happens? Boo comes down, tells Oob, hey, you used to be a part of me, and we're going to be one again. So they fuse together, and Oob becomes a stronger warrior. So now we have Majin Oob fusion deal going on. He's more powerful, he's more muscular, and now he has a better chance of standing against Baby. As the rematch goes on, again, it's another beam struggle, and the fusion of Boo and Oob loses to that beam struggle. The candy beam excuse me, is reflected back at Oob, and he's now turned into chocolate. Baby eats him, and Goku arrives in time only to witness Baby to devour him. We finally get whatever the plan was with the plan that was in store for Goku that the Elder Kai had in mind. And it turns out it's Goku using the Great Ape form with Super Saiyan transformation on top of it. Now, how did this transpire? Not only did they were able to pull on Goku's tailbone, get his tail back, Goku looks at the Earth, and somehow, some way, he ends up receiving the Blunts waves. Now, Goku back in Dragon Ball could not control this form, so he loses his mind, he's smashing in the buildings, and he is still, finding Baby, and he's attacking him. And this kind of sets Baby off a little bit. He's reminded of what has happened before, and he is now even more determined not to let it happen again. During this form, though, Goku's focus somehow is still on Earth. Before this transformation took place, Goku did go Super Saiyan 3 to fight Baby. But unfortunately, he couldn't hold the transformation, and he was losing the battle. So he looks up at the Earth, gets those Blunts waves, and even though he's fighting Baby, even though he's causing destruction of the planet Tuffle, somehow, some way, his mind is still kind of there. Thankfully, Pan is there, and she kind of helps bring him back. She's telling him to remember the things that they've been through, showing him pictures, and eventually Goku does, he gets back into his mind. He has like this inner thoughts of looking at the Earth in his grown-up form and in his kid form. So, as he is now getting control of the Super Saiyan Uzaru form, we get the transformation that Elder Kai was looking for all along. Introducing a new transformation, the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. Pan is happy to see that her grandfather is back in his grown-up body, and his mind is intact. Goku was looking around. He's like, hey, did I cause all this destruction? She was like, yeah, you did. And you almost, destroyed me. So now that Goku is essentially back, the rematch between Goku and Baby begins. So Goku finds Baby. Baby is interested into this fight. He wants to try out his powers. The fight between him and Boo really didn't satisfy him. And as the fight starts off, Goku is just getting hit. He is just taking shots from Baby. He's getting punched in the face, knees to the gut. Goku really isn't fighting back. It's even getting to the point where the Kais are worried about how come this fight isn't over with. Goku should have way more than enough power to end the fight. But it seems like Goku was just holding back. He was letting him know, hey, your punches, they feel like feathers. And after Baby is in disbelief, Goku shows him. He is putting the beats on him. Goku is relentless. So Baby is still, he's kind of frustrated. How is it that Goku was able to turn into a great ape? He should be able to do the same thing. Bulma tells him, hey, I have this technology, concentrated Blunt's wave. You can do the same thing that he can, even if you don't have a tail. In a desperate plea, he tells Bulma, go ahead and do it. He doesn't really want to destroy his planet. He wants to kill Goku. But it doesn't really work. He does go a little berserk while fighting Goku in episode 35. So yeah, that is the rundown of episodes 31 down to 35. I'm glad that things are starting to kick off. I'm very interested in what's going to happen next. So in another video though, I will give how I feel. Again, my rant videos of what's been going on, because even though I am enjoying the ride of GT, I have to give my fair criticism too. So stay tuned for that. Y'all have a good one. Like and subscribe. Please stay tuned for more videos.